Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. This is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got an inverted Five of Swords. Okay, this is a great way to start. This shows that we are we're able to rise above the sort of the challenges, the stress of everyday life, and connect with something higher. Okay, that you're realizing that you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you are not your physical perceptions, you are not the world out there that you're perceiving. Okay, you're connecting with something higher that's allowing you to sort of metaphorically rise above the stress of everyday life. Yeah. Somebody who has a pretty good handle on their thoughts. I think you understand that the thoughts we hold in our mind are going to create our reality. So if we have this negative perception of the world, if we think the world is just sort of harsh and bad and painful and etc., we have to ask ourselves, is that because of my thoughts? Is that because of what I'm sort of always engaged with mentally? You know. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. I think you're getting a handle on your thoughts here, and I wonder if this is, in some ways, it kind of feels like we're letting go a little bit. It feels as if we're letting Spirit take the wheel. We're putting Spirit back on top, right? That uppermost point of the pentagram there. That we're letting the spirit of things kind of, rise above all of the details, all of the busyness of life. You're connecting with something pure and peaceful. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on here. Next card, Emperor. Very good. We have an Eight of Swords. We got that Devil card. We got Four of Pentacles. And we've got a Tower. Very interesting here. I think the Tower is a very good thing. I think the Tower is a leveling up in your life. Okay? I think in the next week or two at the most, I feel like you're going to experience kind of like a meteoric rise, right? I feel like you're blasting off. I feel like this is a rocket ship. Yeah. And it's disruptive. Tower events, Tower moments are always challenging. They are the exclamation points of life. Okay? And this is in your very near future. So I feel that maybe it's gonna be a chance to relocate. It's going to be that big promotion. It's going to be that really breakthrough success that you've been working toward. And I think you've been working very hard. It's the way like an overnight success, right? It's not really overnight, is it? It's years of struggle. It's years of this devil energy just sort of grinding forward until one day it hits. Till one day there's this breakthrough, right, where you're over the cusp. Yeah. And to other people it may seem, wow, they just overnight success, look at that. Lucky, And it may even feel that way to you, that this is, oh my gosh, suddenly from one day to the next my life is so different. It's a very good problem to have, but know that it's because of all the work that you've put in. It may change your life overnight, like in the snap of a finger, the blink of an eye, but it was a long time in the making. All right. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Let's put the rest of our cards on the table. We have a Queen of Wands. We've got the Fool. We've got a 9 of Swords, and we have a 9 of Wands. Strength, cruelty, the Fool, right? We have interference, we have power, we have really, we have defeat, but now we've got victory over our own thoughts here. Instead of defeat, we have triumph, all right? And I think it's really the Emperor here is getting a handle on the thoughts. I feel like you're someone who has a tendency to get sort of down on yourself, you know? That sometimes you can overthink things. Sometimes you get stuck in like just some loops of thought. And I think you're trying to recognize that, and you're trying to wrestle with that and get some sort of a handle on it before the 8 of Swords becomes a 9 of Swords, and things just get worse from there, you know? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're going to set it down right here. And we're going to put Dwight K. Schrute right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? We will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments, okay? Let's use our intuition. Let's look at these cards, though, for a second, right? Look at these major arcana energies. 1, 2, 3, 4. They tell a story, don't they? Your grind, your commitment, your almost your obsession, right? With whatever this is that you're doing. Now, we could be talking about something artistic. We could be talking about a family thing, friendships. We could be talking about a romance. We could be talking about work, career, creativity, spirituality. Any of these things, okay? And we can sort of look at them from those sorts of angles too, if you want. But this is that obsession. This is that grind, okay? And it is through this grind and your ability to control yourself and to sort of maintain a sense of direction, okay? Be the authority, be the leader of your own life here. Someone's got to lead the goat up the hill, right? It is through this kind of boss energy, your confidence, your assertiveness, right? You're able to break through this wall, this obstacle, the ceiling, break through into the industry or into whatever you're doing. Reaching a new level. And what does that do? Leads to freedom, leads to joy. It leads to a lot less. I mean, this is the no worries card, you know? I remember when I was a teenager, that was the thing, that was the phrase. Everyone would say, oh, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries, right? And I like that. I like the no worries, especially for you because I feel like you sort of worry. So to get the Fool here is telling you, look, you're going to have no worries. Okay. Well, the 8, the 9, the 5 of Swords, those are worries. So this is not only a breakthrough. Let's say this is a spiritual breakthrough. Maybe this is an awakening. Maybe this is an enlightenment sort of moment for you, a Kundalini awakening or something similar, spiritual awakening. Okay. It's going to lead you to a lot more peace and purity. It's going to lead you to a no worries kind of state, you know. If this is a career thing, all of your hard work, your commitment, your confidence, you're taking it seriously, your professionalism, not only that, but your ability to control your thoughts and direct your thoughts is going to lead to that big breakthrough, that big bonus, the big promotion, the big leveling up in terms of your career. And guess what? That's going to lead you to a lot more peace, calm, tranquility, purity, freedom, maybe financial freedom. Maybe you're free to move about the world as you come and go as you please, right? Maybe this is really the breakthrough when you're starting your own business and it finally hits. And now you have this freedom where it's just like you can kind of do your own thing. You can make your own schedule. You can do things the way you want to do them. This is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. And I predict that in the In the next couple of weeks, you're going to experience this breakthrough, this cusp. You're going to be over the hump of something, right? And you're going to break through. You're going to get through the obstacle or break through the ceiling. You're going to level up, whatever you want to call it. Whether this is something spiritual, or if it's in terms of your relationship, or in terms of your career, whatever it is. Next couple weeks, you're going to experience this, and you're going to have a lot more time and space. That's what wealth really is, right? That's what power really is. The ability, think about it, the ability to create time and space. I mean, that's a spiritual act, right? And I feel like that's the kind of authority that's the type of control that you're going to have in your life. Maybe this is really, maybe you're taking the lead in a project. Maybe this is you. This is you with the confidence that says, I'm going to get through this obstacle. The tower is like a brick wall in front of you, as of yet, right? And well, maybe it's kind of like this. This is the tower in front of you. And you're taking the lead. You're standing up in your power and you're saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it despite the fact that sometimes I don't believe I can. I'm going to do it anyway, right? And then we go after this and we break it down, and this is the breaking down of that obstacle. This is now you're getting through the ceiling. You're leveling up. Even though I think in your sort of normal mind, something that you have a tendency to do, or to a way of thinking, it may seem as if this obstacle, this box that you're in, is too difficult to get out of. You see, going up this way, I can't. That's too hard. I can't break those walls down. I can't get in there. It's like the bank vault. Just like, I can't do it. That's that corner office. That is the, in some ways the winner's circle. I know it's a square, but this is the accomplishment. These are the walls that are surrounding that capital city, right? And this sun in Capricorn, this is a Capricorn energy. If I were you, I'd go watch the Capricorn reading. But this is where the goat's trying to get. Okay, and then this way, you're gonna get to it. You're totally, and whether you want to look at it as you're getting out of the box or you're getting into that zone, whatever you want, however you want to look at it, doesn't really matter. The point is, with your thinking, with your mental energy, you don't always believe you can do it. But with this 5 of Swords upside down, I think you're choosing to believe. You're choosing positive thoughts. You're realizing the power of positive thinking. That law of attraction, that law of manifestation. What you think about, what you hold in your mind, you will hold in your hand. Even if you don't want it. Okay, so be careful what you think about, because eventually you're going to be holding it. And you want to make sure it's something that you really want, The 8 of Swords underneath everything, you do have a tendency to overthink. Spirit's saying that there is a big move coming soon for you. Maybe this tower, it's either a move to a new office or a new home or maybe even a new job or a new country or something like this. You're moving physically, right? But sometimes we have a tendency to overthink. Yeah, and we get stuck in these loops, these reinforcing loops. And in some ways it's, we're thinking about bad stuff and then more bad stuff happens. And then we think about more bad stuff. Or we think about the bad stuff, it doesn't feel good. And that kind of makes us think about it more. And we keep looking at it and analyzing it. And this is a difficult way to make any kind of progress, because this is that paralysis. We get stuck in these loops and it's hard to get out of them. Okay. But with the 5 of Swords, you're taking control. You're realizing that it's all in our minds. And it's not to say that the physical world doesn't exist. It's not to say that if I paper cut my finger that it's not going to hurt. Of course it's going to hurt. I get paper cuts a lot with all these cards. You wouldn't think it, but I do. This is not to discount the relative reality of our world, but the recognition that our experience of the world is very much a mental construct. It's very much the way we look at the world. The Wayne Dyer, you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay? So you got to ask yourself, are you a positive person or are you being a negative person? Right? If we're a positive person, then we believe in ourselves. We believe that we can tackle whatever this is. Okay? Instead of getting into these loops, and these loops of negativity are only going to lead downward to a 9 of swords, to true despair. And that's what we don't want. That's why this card is in the position of what we don't want. So we're realizing that, okay, things can't continue going that way because they're only going to get worse. I have no choice but to believe in myself and take control of this thing and accomplish this. Now, what is the Four of Pentacles? Well, it's power. It's sort of like you wanna get into this room. What is this room for you, right? This could be the new house, it could be the country you want to move to, it could be the new town or whatever. It could be the new position at work, the new office. It could be the new job. It could be that relationship. It could be that this is safety, security, stability. We're trying to break into this. We're trying to fight our way forward and not break in the sense that we're trying to take a shortcut, right? We're trying to earn our way in, let's say, right? But you're leveling up. And at first I thought maybe this was a box, like a wall that you kind of kept yourself tucked away in, and now we're sort of breaking out of this wall and we're going to have this freedom. We could look at it that way too. Either way, right? But what we're looking for is that freedom, the financial freedom, right? The feeling, really, of being in a good place, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, creatively. Feeling that we've got some sort of power, that it's the throne. The emperor needs a throne, right? We're trying to get there because that is the seat of our power. And it's from here that you feel like, okay, now I've got some control over my life. Now I have a say in what happens to me. Now I've got a little bit of freedom. Now there's a little bit less stress in the world. You know, you don't have to be a billionaire, right? But you get a little bit. And it's enough to say, okay, now I got a little bit of ease. Now I don't have to stress so much about tomorrow, right? Really great energy. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. On the path of the serpent, your general energy now becomes the Queen of Wands. This is a little bit of a temper. I think that you're somebody who you have a tendency to get kind of mad sometimes. We all do. It's not unique to Virgo, but I think that if we had a choice between apathy and getting sort of worked up and getting angry, I think right now this is serving you. Because this isn't just apathy, it's not just a despair and an acceptance, and we just feel small and squished, and we don't care about anything. No, this is now, I'm standing up and gosh darn it, I'm going to do something about this. You know? And really, honestly, anybody in your way, watch out. You got to get a handle on this too. The emperor needs to be able to control that sort of, that wrath almost, you know? But it's serving your purpose. It is good for you to express yourself this way because the alternative for you right now is to just be meek and not care and just, you know, look down and don't let your light shine, make yourself small and stay out of everybody's way. Well, no, you're not doing that. You're standing up and you're going after what you want in life, whether this is that promotion or this is something else, whatever it is. You're not feeling defeated. You're not feeling like you can't do it, like it's too big for you, it's too much for you. No, you believe in yourself. You say, I can do this, I will do it, and guess what? I am doing it. Okay? I feel like you experienced a lot of like magical events when you were a child, right? I feel like you had a lot of interaction with divine intelligences. You may go so far as to say that you've experienced some angels in your life. Yeah. A lot of spiritual energy is attached to you. Maybe they're spirit guides or guardian angel, maybe ancestors, but there's a cluster of supporting spiritual energy around you. Yeah. Also, I feel that there's a maternal energy in your life that's passed. Okay? There's a very strong, very strong higher maternal energy for you. It could be mom, grandma, even great-great-great-great-great-grandma. Okay? So it's kind of a larger than life sort of maternal type of energy. Yeah. And I think that they are sending powerful energy to you. They are sending this inspirational energy for you that's waking up your emperor. That's waking up this boss attitude in you. Okay? And that you're not going to be defeated by your own thoughts anymore. That you're taking charge, and no matter what is out there in the world as an obstacle, you're going to figure it out. And you're going to get through it. And you're going to get the life you want. You're going to have this breakthrough. You're going to have this freedom. This is joy. This is, again, no worries. This is in terms of your environment. This is you out in your environment. Just sort of dancing in the rain. You know? Oh, it's raining, storming right on your head. You're getting soaking wet. Why are you so happy? Because no worries. It's just a little bit of rain. Who cares? You know? It's not a big deal. So I think you're really learning to let things go. I think you're learning that a lot of things don't really need to be that serious. And the Fool, well, the Fool isn't asking the questions anymore, but I think at one point you ask yourself the question, is this worth me getting upset over? Is this worth the stress? Can I take all this mental energy that I'm wasting on being upset about nonsense? Can I take that energy and apply it toward whatever this Four of Pentacles is and actually achieve what I want to achieve in life? Screw the bull excrement, right? Use your energy, use your power for what's important to you. And then the Fool has this like, I really don't care about anything sort of attitude. But you do, you very much. These two cards very different, right? And in some ways we have to take things very seriously. We have to get very fired up, very focused, very, very serious, right? But then we got to be able to turn it off and just say, happy-go-lucky, no worries. Yeah, no worries. And I think really it is through this hard work and this intensity and this focus that you are achieving your no worries state. Okay? And so it's a little bit counterintuitive. Well, if you want to be the Fool, no worries, what are we doing with an Emperor energy? The Emperor is like all worries, right? Think of the Emperor all day, all night, worrying about stuff, worrying about the realm, right? You know, you're the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms or whatever, and you've got to worry about everything. You don't even sleep at night. There's so much worry, right? Well, I think we're learning how to make life a little bit easier for ourselves by getting rid of a lot of unnecessary worries because, you know, the Nine of Swords, we don't want to lose sleep. We don't want to be so worried about life that we can't sleep. Maybe we don't mind losing sleep if it means that we're up all night working on our project and we're feeling good about it, and we still have a little bit of that Fool in there too. That's just saying, you know what, I haven't slept in days, but it's because I'm so focused, I'm so enthusiastic, I'm so in love with what I'm doing, right? I'd rather lose sleep that way than lose sleep because I'm stressed, because my hair is turning gray and falling out, you know. Either way, we're not sleeping, right? But it's just a matter of why. And whether it's intentional and willed, or whether it's just I am crushed under the weight of my life, of my own thoughts. Yeah. So the Fool really is a wonderful card. And I think the Fool in terms of your relationships too, I think that you're learning to let things go. You're forgiving people. You're just saying, it's fine, whatever. You know? I think you still have that Emperor in you. That's sort of, if somebody is intentionally doing you harm, well then, you know, talk to the hand kind of thing. But otherwise, things that happen, people make mistakes, people lose track of time, people forget things. It's no big deal. It's no worries. I find that your relationships are going to improve. The problem with the Fool is that there's a lot of sort of inconsiderate energy surrounding the Fool, because the Fool just gets distracted by all these things and forgets to call their family back, forgets that they had an appointment and that they didn't show up for it. Oops. And also can forgive other people doing that too. Oh, no big deal, doesn't matter. But then too much Fool energy, people start taking advantage of you. Too much Fool energy, and you start being inconsiderate to everybody in your life. And nobody likes a pure Fool, right? So we need the balance with that, with the Emperor. Okay. The Nine of Swords here, this is obviously what we do not want. We don't want the despair. We don't want the suffering. We don't want the torture of our own mind. And that, I think, is why you've got that Five of Swords in that inverted position. And I don't read reversals. So I don't intentionally, flip my cards around. Because then every other card, really, it's 50-50. Every other card's going to be upside down. It loses its meaning. I try to put every card back the way it belongs, right? Sometimes they come out upside down. And when they do, it makes it more meaningful. Because it's not, we don't expect it. 50-50, so things are going to be upside down, big deal. It happens every once in a while. Spirit saying, look at it. Okay? And that is really what we need to look at here. We have to let Spirit take the wheel. We have to rise above the crushing weight of our lives and get control over the way we're thinking. We have to start thinking up, positive, connecting with something higher than just letting ourselves sink lower and lower and lower. Okay? Because you can achieve your goals here. This is going to work, and you are going to reach this breakthrough, whether it's financial or spiritual, whatever. So we don't want the Nine of Swords. What we do want is the Nine of Wands. Strength. Sun over moon. We want our spiritual consciousness to have a perspective, to have even some control over, but at least a perspective on that lunar energy. The lunar energy is what is affecting our moods and emotions, right? The moon sort of rules everything on our manifested plane, has influence over everything. All of the cycles of nature, all of our cycles, all of our emotions, right? This way, that way, always changing. Our solar energy is the constant. The sun is always shining, even when even when there's a lot of weather over the earth. The sun is always shining. So we connect with that higher spiritual principle in ourselves. And we're able to see the so-called facts of life as something more objective in a way, right? So that we don't have to identify with, I am not my feelings and my moods. I am not the weather, right? We are that pure spiritual consciousness that has some control over our moods, some control. We have control over some of our own behaviors and actions and thoughts and feelings, right? But also there is then an ability to be connected with, but still detached from, those things that happen in our world over which we have no control. It's the no worries. Lightning strikes your house. Hey, no worries. You couldn't control that. Why worry about it? You got to deal with it. Hopefully your house is grounded or whatever, I don't know anything about it, but no sense getting all agitated and upset by it. No, we have to be the Emperor. We have to get up. We got to do what we got to do. In our spirit, we've got the Fool. No worries. I'm not that disaster. I'm not that problem. I'm going to respond to it. Okay. This is strength. This is strength, and you're a strong person when there can be a crisis in your life, and you can do what needs to be done, and you can be strong, and you can have a kind of a calm, even an internal spiritual no worries attitude, while out externally you are emperor. You're in charge, you're in control, but you're cool as a cucumber, right? And even the opposite can be true. If we look at these cards, if we look at the Fool in this position as being your outer nature, you seem like you don't care about anything. You seem like nothing bothers you. It seems as if everything is just kind of a joke, right? But no, but inside you're taking things very seriously and you're very, very focused. So we could look at either one of these as inside, outside. Okay? Either way you look at it, I think this is a wonderful combination. And that's what the Nine of Wands is. It's that strength. To be reliable under pressure. To be able to handle how this is going to disrupt your life. Because this is a big change. This is something that shakes things up. And you've got to be strong in order to handle this. If this is a new job, well, that's scary, right? If this is you're moving to a new house, a new land, a new country, that's a big deal. That's a lot of change happening all at once. This is that punctuation. This is the exclamation point of life. Okay, so get ready for that. Let's look at our mystery card. I told myself I would make these readings shorter because I feel like at least right now people don't like the really, really long readings, so I'm trying to tighten them up a little bit, make them a little bit shorter. Maybe more people can take a look. So the mystery card, I want obviously some water. I want to see some joy. We don't have any water here. What we have is a lot of air, right? But we don't have the water energy. Where's the water? Where's the joy? Where's the love? Yeah. Maybe the water's not here because we're trying to sort of keep the emotions out of it. We're trying to keep the water at bay for now. But maybe when all is said and done, we're ready to let the water back in. So let's see what we have. Well, we've got a Six of Swords. We're on the water, right? We're on the water. We're traveling this path. But we're in the boat, right? The swords are there with us. So we haven't abandoned. We haven't just ditched. We haven't just forgotten about our mind. We haven't given ourselves a lobotomy or anything. Our worries are still there. Our tendencies to overthink, our tendencies to despair, our tendencies to have this self-defeating thoughts and attitudes. All that stuff is still there. You're not cured of being human, So the swords are still with us. The thing is, we're not letting the swords steer the boat. The will is steering the boat. The fire is steering the boat. Yeah. You're following the plan. You're riding the water. You're going with the flow of this thing. You're feeling good about it. Yeah, I got my worries. I know I have a tendency to overthink and to really stress out about stuff, but I'm not letting that control me right now. I'm steering the boat. And we're heading down this river. I think it's going to be it's going to lead to more freedom, more joy, more of a carefree sort of life for you. And I'm very excited. I love this card. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo on Tuesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.